Danny, after 2 challenging away games, how good is it to be back at home and playing Barnet on Saturday?
Yeah, brilliant to be back at home. I always like it when the third game in the week is the home game. I think this is always good. For us, we were proud of the way we responded on Tuesday night. Obviously, off the back of the disappointment of the Barrow game where we didn't find our levels. I think, you go to Cambridge, who I think are unbeaten since September at home, pretty formidable. You concede after maybe 90 seconds, 120 seconds, and you think, oh, okay, right, this is definitely going to be a test of our mettle. And just so proud of the way the players took the ball, took responsibility, the personality and belief that we played with, the energy and the intensity that we defended with. I thought it was a really, really good performance, and we could only take a point from the game, but I think we take a lot of confidence, and certainly as a club, really, you could feel it even after. I mean, our supporters, thousands of them, wow, just amazing the way they drove the players' energy. And even though we didn't win, and we were all disappointed we didn't win, you could sense that everyone of Colchester persuasion left the Abbey Stadium with a sense of pride for sure.
And what challenges will Barnet give to us as out there on the pitch? Yeah,
a big one. I think a team that I've seen a lot this year. Watched them most recently at Crewe. I thought for half an hour, the first half an hour in that Crewe game, they were incredible. Probably as good League Two performances I've seen. They always like to start the game quick, get on the front foot. They can play in different ways. They can connect the game through their sixes. And play with real control and rhythm, but they also have another phase where if they play Ollie Hawkins, they can play quicker up to him and play off of him, so connect the game through the nines. So yeah, they're adaptable in that respect. I think if you look at the underlying stats, they're quite similar to us, where they probably, their performances should have equated to more points than they've got, but probably both of us are looking at maybe conversion rates, and certainly both Barnet and ourselves, we get into a lot of upgraded positions, a lot of good areas, and we obviously have to keep working on that final action.
And is that final action, scoring a goal, do those stats prove that that's the hardest thing in football?
Yeah, of course. Well, sometimes you hear coaches, I always think this, they talk about individual mistakes when the team concedes, and it's almost like the coach's way of saying it's not my fault. And I also hear other coaches on the flip side of that saying, well, we keep getting to these great moments, but then we're missing so many chances. But again, yeah, it is the hardest thing in football, and it is something, in my opinion, that can be worked on, and we have to keep trying to get down into those upgraded moments, and then keep working on the players' decision making and execution to be able to make the most of those situations. And that's just something that we have to relentlessly work at to keep trying to improve.
And the difference between obviously the day or two after the Cambridge game to the day or two after the Barrow game, which of those is easier as a head coach looking towards the next game?
Yeah, always on to the next game. I think for us, off the back of Barrow, we took a long hard look at ourselves. Like I said, we were disappointed. There was definitely some learning for us to take. I thought the response was excellent, and for us to show the difference between the two games today, I think was important, so that the boys could see what good looks like and what we look like when we're being the best version of ourselves. But also, to be really mindful that we only have 1 point this week. So we put a lot of work in, but we only have 1 point, and we now have a really important game in our season on Saturday, and we have to turn our focus very quickly to that, and we have to make sure that we recover as best as we can for the boys that played. For those that didn't, they have to train with good energy and intensity, because they have to be ready as well, because the third game in the week, you always know that it's going to be a squad game, and it's going to require everybody. So we've had a good day today. I've liked where the players' mindset is, and we're looking forward to attacking Saturday.
And will it help in the last to have those 3 or 4 players that have missed games recently to be back in amongst it?
Yeah, of course. I think for us, we've known our best team for quite a while. We haven't always been able to get to our best team. I think when you're a small squad like we are, and you have a lot of young players, you need to try to stay on the right side of injuries. We haven't been able to do that for one reason or another. As a consequence, we've never really been able to get to our strongest team, but I don't think we'll be the only team in League Two that feels this way. But what we do know is that we've got some really important players that are very, very close. Obviously, we're really hopeful for the weekend, but we know that they're very, very close. And you look at the likes of Ellis and Harry Anderson and Micah, Tom Flanagan, just to name a few. These are boys that can come in and have a huge impact on the final part of our season. So we're excited for the last 15 games. I think we have always had a mentality and a mindset of being better than yesterday. So naturally, if you're living that every day, then your team is going to grow and get better, right? So we're hoping and we're expecting the best to come. We want to really attack these last 15 games with everything we've got and try to make the people of Colchester and our brilliant supporters, just the guys come up to Barrow, wow, just incredible. I'm saying all of those people that made that trip, and then the 1,000 that we had at Cambridge, just so much noise, and then hopefully another really big crowd at our stadium on Saturday, and because we know the third game, we know the demands, the physical and the mental demands on the players in that third game, and just to have our supporters with them every step of the way will be so important. And like I said, we're super excited for the game and for the final running.